The self-improvement industry, it's like an insane asylum, to be quite honest. So I was just sitting, I was meditating actually, and I was like, Divinity, I'd like to understand more about the self-improvement industry that's happening. And all I heard is it's insanity. I'm not saying that improving yourself is not something great to do, but the industry itself is an insane asylum. Now, let me explain it. What is an insane asylum? It means that we are just crazy people running around believing we need to be fixed, that there's something wrong with us. Basically, we've believed what the program has taught us, that we're not good enough, that there's something wrong with us, that we don't matter, we're just a number, right? We're just a grade, we're just a number, we're just a social insurance number, or we're just a number. We don't matter. We believe it, and now we're trying to improve on it. Very interesting. So basically, we are trying to improve on ourselves because we believe the program to be true. We believe the limiting beliefs are correct. We believe them to be true. Now we've made them a fact. They are our reality. And therefore we are improving ourselves. We're trying to fix ourselves, right? We're trying to fix what has been broken, what is dysfunctional within us. That in itself is insanity. That means we've believed the lies and we're actually working with the lies now to be different than who we are, to go back to who we originally are, which we actually are. The truth is we are that. We are fine. There's nothing wrong with us. So mainly for the empaths and the sensitives, okay, we've been taught there's something wrong with us. You feel too much. You see too much. You know too much, right? You care too much. Can you imagine? So fix yourself. There's something wrong with you. So we believe the lie. So then we go to fix ourselves. We're like, okay, now I need boundaries. So I have a whole video about, instead of using the words boundaries, because it's exhausting for us empaths, is to use another word, respect. And I highly recommend that video. But it's just to shift the words around so that you're kinder to yourself. So now we are fighting against self-improvement. Basically means there's something wrong with you and you need to improve on yourself. That's part of the program, right? So you can never feel settled inside, right? Between you and you don't like you, right? You wish you were someone else. You just don't like you. You wish you were someone else. You wish your life was something else. You wish everything is different about you, and you wish it to be something else, or like someone else, or another thing. Like even if you're intuitive, you wish your intuition looked like someone else because yours isn't as good, right? There's still something off about you, right? And this is insane. This is truly insanity. What we're doing now, what we're waking up to, the truth of what we're waking up to is that there has been nothing wrong with you ever. Okay? There's nothing been wrong with you ever. You were born perfect. You were born loving. You were born kind and sweet and tender. This is your essence, right? And then the program came in and like screwed with you and then decided to tell you, well, all that you are is off and wrong and doesn't work in this 3D earth and you better change. And then when you discover that you have voices within you that tell you that you don't matter, you don't deserve to be loved, you are unlovable, you are unworthy, and you start to jump through hoops to feel worthy, to matter, to be lovable, to be seen, You jump through all these hoops to do all that so that you can be all those things that you've been lied to and told that you're not. And now these are voices within you, right, that are telling you these things. You're fighting against them to prove them wrong, when they're not even true. It's making sense to me. Hope it's making sense to you. So we're spending all our time fighting against the thing that we are not meant to be, which we actually originally are. So it's just upside down. It's just an insane asylum. So we're all walking around in a crazy, insane asylum. And I want you to really think about this. Those self-improvement books and those self-improvement videos and the self-improvement workshops and all the self-improvement stuff, okay, the industry, is basically telling you you are broken, there's something wrong with you, go fix yourself, and when you fix yourself, then you can be what? What is it that we're looking for? What are you looking to become? So much so, right, that all day and all night you are so busy fixing the you that doesn't need to be fixed because you're believing a lie. You believe that you're unworthy. Now, I'm not saying these pockets of energies don't exist. They do exist because they've been vibrating within you all this time. You have these pockets of energy. You have a pocket of energy saying, I don't matter. And she feels like she doesn't matter. It's true. It's a vibration inside. It's an echo that's there. It's on repeat. It wants you to see it and to let it know. Now, this is the crazy part. You don't need self-improvement. All you need is to sit with that pocket of energy that's like, oh, I don't matter, I'm unlovable, nobody cares about me, I'm all alone. That pocket of energy that is feeling so yuck about who she is just because it's the lie of the program. That pocket of energy believed the lie of the program, and now there's this self-improvement madness that's going on the planet that you can't even sit alone in your home and enjoy the stillness because you're like, oh, let me work on something. Let me fix myself even more. Oh my God, no, there's something wrong with me. Why do I still feel like I don't matter? Yes, because it's a pocket of energy in there. All it wants is for you to be like, you know what? Who cares if you feel like you don't matter? Who cares? You matter to me. Full stop. End of the line. Crazy goosebumps. You matter to me. I don't care what the program has chosen to teach you. I don't care if this is the echo that you live in and the trauma you're in and the pain. I want you to know that you matter to me. And you're allowed to feel like you don't matter. That's what the program taught you, and that's what's vibrating inside of you. But you matter to me. And it's okay if you don't matter to anyone else, right? Because that is sanity. The sanity is to feel those feelings and allow them to exist because they're part of the program and they're just on a loop repeating themselves, these pockets of energies over and over again, right? It's like, think of it, like all I'm seeing is like a little child in a very dark room, right? And there's like, in this dark room, there are hidden speakers, and the speakers all day, all night are saying, nobody loves you. You don't matter. Nobody cares about you. You're all alone. Nobody loves you. You don't matter. And then you look around and it is a dark room and it does feel like you're completely alone. But the light switch is right there. Like right there. If you just extend your hand and go like this, the light will brighten up and you'll see the speakers and you'll be like, oh, I'm not alone. The bright room, I see the couch, I see the plants. Oh my God, I've got a friend who's sitting right here hearing the same thing and believing the same thing, right? It's like you didn't cease to exist. But you come to realize like, oh, that lonely version who's in that dark space listening to these echoes, I'm the light, and I will shed light on that pocket of energy, telling them that it's okay if you feel so alone in there. I am with you. You're allowed to feel alone. That's a feeling that you're allowed to have. It isn't real and it isn't true, because guess what? I am here for you. So there's nothing to improve upon. There's nothing to fight against, right? There's no one else you need to be. This is the craziest thing. It's like we're all trying to become somebody else so that we can feel better. But it doesn't happen. It's like an endless loop of hell. An endless loop of hell. I am sure how many of you have been in the self-improvement, spiritual dynamics, taking courses, reading books, going to seminars, doing the million things. Not saying that it didn't help you. Of course it did. It added value. You have information now. But if you're trapped in that cycle that you need to be improved upon, you're trapped in a cycle. You're trapped in a pattern. You're trapped in the program that is trying to teach us all the time that there is something wrong with us. And the only time something is not wrong with you is when you improve and the I don't matters and I don't deserve and I'm unlovable disappear. And when anger vanishes and when you're more serene and floating on a cloud and feeling really happy and euphoric. Not true. Not true. Right? That inner peace we're all actually looking for, there is no improvement upon. You don't need to become anyone else. You don't ever need to become anyone else. Okay? And I'm not going to say the whole thing because you're perfect just the way you are, which is a fact, which is true. Okay? But I know the egoic mind cannot believe it or understand it. So I'm not going to use that language. What I'm going to say is there is nothing to improve upon because who you are is who you are. Okay? Who you are is who you are. And fighting against who you are every minute of your life is exhausting. Feeling that you have to improve upon yourself basically means you are fighting against the truth of who you are. And this is what it looks like when you're not fighting against the truth of who you are. Oh, I have a wrinkle. Ah, that's great. Oh, I've gained weight. A new experience. I'm experiencing weight. Okay. Oh, good job, body. I'm feeling angry right now. Ooh, I'm experiencing anger. Interesting. This is how it feels. Great. How can I express it? This is how I can express it. How can I allow it? I'm not fighting against myself. I'm not fighting against what is, trying to get me from what is to something completely different, right? And there's this whole thing of like the way one needs to look, the way one needs to act, the way one needs to speak, the way one needs to even feel. It's like we are trapped in this endless prison of never being good enough. Never ever being good enough. And what does good enough even look like? Can someone just let me know? What does good enough look like? There is nothing called good enough, right? Good enough for what? Who are you trying to be good enough for? All this improvement is what? Self-improvement is to feel better inside. What feels the best inside other than you talking to yourself in a nice, kind way? It doesn't feel any better no matter what you do and how much inner child work you do and how many, I don't know what you're doing and all the stuff, right? And I'm like a neuro-linguistic programming practitioner, been a neuro-linguistic programming practitioner for over 19 years, right? And I love the neurons and I love the brain and I love rewiring and like the thoughts and what they are. And honestly, it's as simple as, how do you speak to yourself? That's all it is. That is all it is. Just consciously aware. That's not self-improvement. There is nothing to improve upon. Oh my God, I'm getting crazy goosebumps. All it is conscious awareness. How can I be consciously aware of how I speak to myself every minute of the day, as often as I can possibly be aware? Yes, it takes training. Yes, it feels effortful, but then it's more delightful than trusting and believing the thoughts that make you feel bad about who you are, the judgmental version of you that keeps appearing all the time. You don't want to fight her, but you want to give her a new language instead of judging others or judging yourself. There's nothing to improve upon. You can't change that judgmental version of you unless you actually give her the opportunity for her to be heard and seen by you, and for you to say, I love you anyway. I love you anyway. Our self-talk is everything. Is everything. There is nothing else to improve upon. There is nothing else to change. There is no amount of spiritual growth you can possibly go through other than kindness to your inner world. As I always say, this is your universe. This is your universe. Kindness to your skin, kindness to your vocal cords, kindness to even the necklace you're wearing is yours. It's in your energy field. Kindness to the necklace, kindness to your hair follicles, kindness to your organs, kindness to even your egoic mind, kindness to your ego. Be like, I know you're terrified, ego here. I know you're trying to save me all the time. I love you no matter what, but you're consciously aware. It's not self-improvement. That's just a dark, devious web of just hell to get trapped in. And especially for empaths and kind people. All that self-improvement, honestly, I'm just going to call it out as it is there for narcissists. And they don't care an iota about self-improvement. So all this self-improvement stuff is for narcissists, is for unconscious people, is for toxic people. For them to be like, dude, do that. Start improving on yourself. Be kind. Be sweet. Go out of your way for stuff. Don't always have a plan of how it can serve you, right? And stepping over everybody because it's just going to serve you. Self-improvement books are for them. Empaths, kind people, loving, caring, wonderful humans. Self-improvement is not for you. Self-help books are not for you. You don't need to help yourself. What you want to do is be kind to yourself. You're the kind people on the planet. You give it to people so normally and naturally, and now you're burnt out. Self-improvement burns you out. Self-improvement burns you out, okay? It burns you out because it makes you hate yourself so much more. You start to judge yourself even more than you ever judged yourself. Why? Because you start to be so nitty, gritty, picky. Oh my God, I'm feeling I don't matter again. It didn't work. All the work I've done and the tapping and the healing and the seminars, I still feel like I don't matter. What is wrong with me? No matter what I do, it's still not working. It's insanity. Absolute insanity. It's not making you feel any better. Why? Because all you need is to be kind to yourself. That's all. That's it. It's that simple. It's not that simple. It's simple through the words. But to actually be like, catch yourself all the time. You're like, oh, why did you say that? Why did you do that? Look, you've upset that person. You've got that judgmental version of you speaking inside of your mind. You're going to have to notice that version. Be like, oh, there I go again, hurting myself. abusing myself, gaslighting myself, manipulating myself. I am doing it to me. It's worse. I'm doing it to myself. I don't need a narcissist to do it. I'm doing a great job alone. Between me and me, it is fantastic in here. It is doom and gloom and judgment and hatred and abuse and manipulation and you name it, I'm doing it. How often are you gaslighting yourself about situations and about people like, oh, no, he didn't really mean that, Oh, he's just having a bad day, so therefore he's rude. Oh, he didn't mean to ignore me. I wasn't clear enough. I wasn't blaming you all day, all night. Like I didn't say it well. I forgot to say it this way. Oh, you believe the gaslight. You gaslight yourself out of your truth, right? Because you're used to hearing yourself judge yourself and you believe it. And it's time not to believe the lie. It's the same thing. Don't believe the lie that you need to self-improve. Really, you don't need to. It's as simple as just being kind to yourself and being conscious about it. And it also doesn't mean stop being kind to other people, right? Don't deplete yourself and turn into a doormat and give everything to them so that you can feel better. No, it's giving kindness to you. And if you bump into someone that needs kindness, give it to them, but your worth and identity is not attached to it. How they feel is not attached to who you are and your value, because there's nothing wrong with you. The only problem is we all believe the lie of the program. In schools, they taught us that you're an A, you're a B, you're a C, you're a letter, or you're 100%, 90%, 60%, you're a number, right? You get a social insurance number, right? You're just constantly a number, and it depends where you're at. And if you have the house, then you're good. If you don't have the house, then you're bad. It's just twisted. So you're like, oh, I need to improve on myself because I feel so yucky inside. But why'd you feel so yucky inside? You feel yucky inside because of the way you speak to you. That's it. It really is that simple. That's all we need to do. Pay attention. So take a break from self-improvement. Take a break from healing. I've said this so many times. Just stop healing. Take a break. Take 2 weeks off. Stop healing. You're going to notice it's an addiction that you have. It's an addiction that you have to self-improvement, right? Because you're used to finding fault in you and fixing it. You're used to finding fault in you and fixing it. And this is the main purpose. You've made that your purpose in life, to fix you because there's something so wrong about you because you feel unloved and you don't matter. And the reason you feel that way is because that is what you tell yourself. That is what the program taught us to believe. And who are the people who believe it? The empaths. The empaths believe it, right? They're the ones going out of their way to self-improve, right? I don't see any narcissists trying to self-improve. And if they are, because there's a whole entire video about the spiritual industry, if they are doing it, it's just so they can learn the language, so they can grab onto other empaths, so that they can have their they can feel entitled and leaders and in power, right? So if they are, they're only doing it to learn the language and know how to use them as hooks and all that rubbish, right? So you can't even trust that. When you are kind to yourself, you support yourself, you speak to yourself well, you notice consciously when you're being mean to you, when you're putting yourself down, when you're judging yourself, right? When you're like, I don't want to rock the boat. I don't like all that stuff. You're putting yourself down. Everybody's better than you kind of thing. And you're consciously aware of it. And you start to feel more centered. What happens is your intuition goes really high up. You start to intuit anything that is below anyone that treats you less than how you treat yourself. You won't be able to tolerate ever again. You won't, because you don't do it to you. We only tolerate, crazy goosebumps, we only tolerate awful behavior towards us is because we do it to ourselves. If I spoke to myself in a kind, loving manner. Oh, Rain, you're so good at that. Look at what you did there. Really good job. Oh, you're doing so well with your kids. Oh, look at you. You know, you've gone to the gym and you've done half an hour walk or 10-minute walk. Good job. I'm so proud of you for making it happen. Like, oh my God, look at you. You're just like bumming on the couch. I'm so proud of you, Rain, that you are giving yourself permission to bum on the couch without like panicking and worrying that this is something bad. Like, good job. Like, you talk to yourself in a kind, respectful way. It's respectful way. You won't be able to tolerate anyone speaking to you less than how you speak to yourself. That's just the way it is. Why do so many empaths end up with narcissists? Why? Simply because if you really look into it, the empath speaks really bad to herself or himself. Really bad. And so the tolerance level for a narcissist, a disrespectful person, is pretty high. Because I'm so disrespecting me, my truth. I don't believe myself. I don't trust myself. I will tolerate somebody who doesn't believe me, can gaslight me easily, and cannot tolerate me. So it's not about like shielding yourself off of narcissists or protecting yourself. No, it's getting to know who you are and being good with who you are. Trusting, like, you know what? I don't like that person and that's cool. I just feel it. You know what? This is what I feel like doing today. You know what? I'm going to be lazy for the next 2 weeks and I'm good with that. I trust that this is what Divinity wants from me. And when Divinity wants me to do something, I will be inspired and all of a sudden everything will work out. Like, you start to truly align with you. You don't need to improve on anything. This is going into many, many topics. So maybe I'll do one about narcissism, just because that is, if you get it, if you get the simplicity of how no narcissist can ever come your way again, just by being kind to yourself and monitoring your language between you and you, your world will change. It will change. I did this workshop. I'm just working on trying to build it together. I was doing these workshops for years, and it's profound, you know, the shift that these women have gone through during the whole workshop, where I could finally see them. They could see themselves. They didn't need the narcissist anymore, because the narcissist didn't have the same energy as they had internally, which is self-judgment, self-hate, you know, wanting to be seen, wanting to be heard, wanting to be loved, all that stuff that we go through. And just finding their center. And then all of a sudden, people started to drop out of their lives because it was intolerable anymore. There wasn't a whole, oh, maybe it was my fault. I should have, I could have, I would have. There's none of that, because there's a more self-trust, self-respect that is happening. Oh, I hope this is all making sense. This was a beautiful downpour. I love it. So you can take a break. You can all take a break from this self-improvement, self-help, spiritual industry, all the stuff that has kept you in a loop, in a dark loop. I wish it was like the light loop. It's a dark loop of putting yourself down, believing you're less than. No need. Like, I promise you, if you take 2 weeks off, you'll probably want to take a month off after that. Take a break from all of that and go look for things to have fun doing. Go take that dance course. Go to a singing class. Do knitting. Meet a community. Go to Meetup. Find a community of people to go walking with. Go to a book club. Do something else. Do something else, you know? You'll find so much time on you. You might even actually start to itch and feel really weird and like you've disconnected from Divinity. That's not true. You've actually disconnected from the version of you that's pulling you down. You're disconnected from the darkness and fear, right? And you're connecting back to the light. You're disconnecting from fear and darkness, right? Self-improvement is fear-based. There's something wrong with you. You need to fix it. And if you don't, you're going to live miserable for the rest of your life. You're never going to be able to manifest anything that you really want, and you're going to die in hell. No. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. That was pretty intense. Whew. Okay. I love you so much. Take care of yourselves. We have a private group that we invite you to on Facebook for women. Women empaths, kind people, so that we can all meet and you guys can start, we can start like developing, like we can all start meeting, you know, this isn't like a community. No, we're just meeting, you know, and getting kind people in the same energy field so that we can all speak and everyone can have friends and meet new people and get to know each other. Go to the description below. We have an email there, expandwithmelrain, at gmail.com. Send us an email. We'll send you an invite. You have to answer the questions in the invitation so we get, so I can actually read your answers and energetically feel you. And then we allow you in. You can also, if you're receiving a lot of value from our channel, we have a Buy Me a Coffee account. So you can go there, and we just called it Buy Us a Cup of Love. And this is like a really nice way to donate or support us so we can continue producing these contents and building our platform. So thank you for that. And we also have a freebie, a free gift that is really, very cool. Check it out. So everything's in the description. You've also can purchase my books. I've got 2 or 3, but yeah, 3. But the first one is Happily Ever After, which is my true story with a malignant narcissist over 18 years ago, which shifted my entire career. And the book actually starts with me trying to commit suicide, because I was trying to commit suicide after that experience, which shifted me from an interior designer into a Neuro-Linguistic-Programming practitioner, Reiki Healer, and then all the rest right after that. And the second book is Discover the Gifts of Your Disempowered Self. And that one is just magic. It just poured through me. It's a thick book, wrote it within the span of 2 weeks, drew all the pictures in the other 2 weeks. And it was just information. Like, it's all about how to find the gifts of your disempowered self. And your disempowered self basically is your limiting beliefs or your shadow self. But I don't like to use both terms, and you're going to know in the book why. I also have a few videos explaining why. So it's more of the disempowered version of you and finding the gifts within that so that you are more at peace with yourself, which is basically a lot of what I was sharing in the video on how to actually fall in love with yourself all over again, like have a love story with you. And that's it. Oh, and the third book is actually, because I just launched it, I think, which is Covert Narcissism, like a story. And you get to choose what kind of ending you want. It's really interesting. Anyway, I love you all so much. Take care of yourselves. Take a break. Let me know in the comments, like, what does it mean if you take a break? What's your opinion about self-improvement? How did this resonate? And what was your takeaway from this video? I love you all so much. I think the energy of Mercury retrograde is starting in my system. I already feel like, and Venus retrograde is starting soon. So I'm already starting to feel the energy. So I'm a bit electrified in a sense, or like hyper or something. I don't know. Anyway, love you all. Bye.